Hello, everyone. We are all diversity collaborators working in diversity and inclusion programs. And so we just help do event programming advocacy efforts to center diversity, equity, and inclusion. Before we begin to tell you a little bit more about our work, we'd like to begin with a quick round of introductions. My name is Carolina Cortez. I use she, her, ella pronouns, and I am also a senior psychology major with minors in political science and Spanish. I'll just pop it off to Jayla.
Hi everyone, my name is Jayla. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm also a diversity collaborator and I've been working for DIP for about 2 years now. I'll go ahead and pass it on to you, Peyton.
Hi everyone, my name is Peyton. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I am a second year student at UP, and this is also my second year working as the social media handler for DIP.
So I can go ahead and start talking about what we do for the UP community. So we're all student workers working in DIP, and what we do is we kind of just plan. We collaborate with other cultural clubs, and we kind of just make things happen. We're behind the scenes, sending out emails and just making those concrete plans, and kind of just involving student leaders from cultural clubs as well. So we do all of that and much more. It's so hard to kind of just explain in one condensed video, but it's just a broad umbrella of things. And we just do a lot of work behind the scenes. And a lot of students collaborate within the UP community to kind of just like promote diversity and inclusion. And we try and just promote that in the work they're doing as well. Um, in regards to that, Carolina, how do you feel about advocacy and organizing and what we do or what student leaders do here on campus?
Yeah, so I can speak on this from a diversity collaborative perspective in which that DIP really supports the work of student leaders, as Jayla said, whether it is through centering student needs, highlighting them up the administrative ladder, and really just seeing what they want and then getting them those needs met. And then as a student leader working outside of DIP, I really appreciate the support that DIP has given me in various efforts to center diversity, equity, inclusion in my own clubs. But not particularly the Cultural and Heritage Months, which I think Peyton will touch on next.
Yeah, so while we are on this new normalcy of an online platform, our social media is incredibly active. So one of the things that I personally love to do the most on our page is highlight prominent UP community members during specific heritage and history months. So like right now we're in March and we have Women's History Month, so we've been highlighting people within the Portland community. And it's just been a really great way to highlight the efforts being done within those respective communities, but also for their contributions to UP as a whole. And with that, I'd also like to just touch a little bit about what we do on social media. So not only do we do those months, but we also help to promote the events happening not only by DIP, but also the continuous efforts of our QT BIPOC leaders as well. So that's just a little bit about what we do, and then I'll pass it back to you, Catalina, to talk about some of the events that she helps to promote.
Yes, so in addition to Cultural and Heritage Months, we also do very larger culture celebrations, the largest of being Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, in which we partner with local organizations here to put on this very grand, almost like weekend festival of sorts for students and UB community members to not only celebrate with us, but also educate themselves on a holiday they may not be familiar with. And so this also means, bringing in dance groups, bringing in crafting stations within which we partner with student clubs and the local community to help promote and host, but as well as bringing in culturally authentic food. And the other events that are really prominent actually launched the day after MLK Day and that is Diversity Dialogues, which is 2 weeks worth of programming, largely led by student clubs, departments, and other campus entities here at the University of Portland. And this year we've had an historic level of engagement with over 35 events, 35 collaborators, 30 events, and over 1,000 people in attendance, all in transitions to online programming. This is huge. And, to support us through Giving Tuesday means to support all of this work, because to do all of this within a span of 2 weeks is an astronomical effort that really deserves to be highlighted and continue to be built upon. And with this, I will actually pass it back up to Peter to talk about one of the most important events in my mind from Diversity Dialogues this year.
So Stock UP was one of the events that we did under Diversity Dialogues. DIP put on this event, And what we did is that we provided free toiletries in addition to other resources such as non-perishable foods, in addition to fresh produce. And we kind of just put that on the front in front of the social work house. And we just had UP staff, employees, faculty, and students come. So this kind of just gave us an opportunity to like lift somewhat of a burden off of these people's shoulders, because COVID hit a lot of people really hard, and we like to acknowledge that as well and kind of address it to some degree. So that kind of just gave me personally like a better understanding of just the solidarity and just how much work we put into building the UP community and kind of just strengthening it. So yeah, please support us so we could do more events like this in the future, because the turnout was really amazing and so many people came. We did this twice, and the second time we did it, it exponentially grew. The number of people that attended were so much more than the first time. So please try and support us and donate to us so we could put more events like this on in the future.
Yeah, and with that, I just like to thank you all for listening to what we had to say today. I personally love working with this amazing small leadership of all women of color. And yeah, we just really hope that you can sincerely consider donating to DIP in order to support our work in highlighting and centering diversity, equity, and inclusion on the Block. So thank you.